Good evening. Welcome to our Monday night meditation. So tonight we will be doing a crystal bowl sound bath with a little bit of gong and a guided yoga nidra meditation. So you can grab whatever you need to get comfortable, whether it's pillows, cushions, blankets, whatever you need. We'll start in a seated position and then we'll move to a position lying on our backs. So you might want to turn off your phone, any other devices that you have in the room with you, so that you can have the next hour of just some silence and stillness. So we'll get started by coming into a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, pressing down into the sits bones as you extend up through the crown of the head and closing the eyes. And begin to bring your outwardly focused attention within. And see if you can move beyond the chatter of the mind by bringing awareness into the body. Noticing where the body is making contact with the floor, the chair, the bed, wherever you are. Feeling the pressure points. Maybe noticing the alignment. Is there an adjustment that the legs are wanting? Noticing the shoulders. So if you sit at a desk like me much of the day, maybe your shoulders are rolled forward, and this is an opportunity where you can bring them up to the ears, roll them back and down, just opening up the front side of the body. And now bringing awareness to the breath. And just noticing the depth of the breath. No need to change it. We're just moving into that witness, that awareness with no judgment. And now in your next inhalation, releasing the abdomen, breathing in from the bottom of the belly all the way up to the tippy top of the lungs, holding for a moment. And then exhaling with a sigh. And again, deep breath in. Breathing from the bottom all the way to the top, holding it just a moment longer without struggle. Exhaling with a sigh. And now breathing naturally. Noticing how maybe the mind is a little more quiet now, body a little more at ease. Again, I'll practice this evening with the sacred sound of Om, bringing hands together into prayer position at heart center, resting the thumbs on the sternum, taking a deep breath in. And allowing the eyes to gently float open in Jai Bhavaani. So in Amrit Yoga we say Jai Bhavaani, similar to Namaste. It's literally translated as victory to the spirit. So as we move into springtime, I don't know if your life has this happening, but I've noticed that there is beginning to become like an acceleration from the slower pace of the hibernation of winter into more of the blooming of spring. And one of the things that reminded me of is, and just brought my awareness to how I have a tendency to overdo, right? And Guru Dev actually talked about this yesterday in his lecture. He mentioned how overdoing is really a thing that's tied to our need for validation, right? So if we have something inside that's saying that we're not quite good enough, then we might have the habitual pattern of overdoing, right? Because in our society, it really encourages this overdoing, right? So many people, I don't know if you remember that show in Living Color where they had the Jamaicans and they were like, what you mean, Mom? You only got 4 jobs or whatever it was. It is really like that. Like in our society, overworking, overdoing, working all night, working a 60-hour week, that's really like, wow, you're amazing, how do you do that? And even when we were children, right? So if we made perfect scores on our homework or, turned lessons in early, we'd get a gold star. So from a small child, we've really been taught that overdoing is the way to do it. But that actually leads to severe burnout. So when we're constantly in this mode of overdoing, overachieving, I've got to prove myself, that leads to major burnout. And our nervous system becomes very taxed by that, and we get stuck in the sympathetic side of the nervous system, and we're not able to move into the rest and digest, the parasympathetic side. The parasympathetic side, where all the healing and rejuvenation happens. So I'm so glad that you're here with me tonight, because we are going to create a shift inward that's going to help balance out our nervous system, bring it into homeostatic balance. And one of the things that Guru Dev Sri Amritji says, doing too much hides the self. And he's talking about self with a capital S, right? Like that connection to source. He says stillness reveals it. So we're going to move into some deep stillness to try to create that shift and move from those patterns and habitual ways of overdoing into simply being. And before we go into our meditation, one of the things I want you to do is think about how you can create more balance on the outside world as well as inside, right? So we know yoga, meditation, exercise, things like that can help create stillness inside. What are some ways we can create that stillness and balance in the outer world? For me, one of the things I thought about is, I'm always big on creating a schedule and what I have to do, where I have to be. But I always put on the schedule the work things, the things that aren't so fun, right? I never really have on there all of the time for relaxing or fun times. So I gave myself a challenge this week on my schedule to actually add in there rest time or maybe fun time. For me, that would be art time. So that's one of the things. And then the other thing that Guru Dev says that we can do to help slow down this frantic pace that we have in our world is by bringing awareness into our tasks. So if we can align awareness with the task we're doing in that moment. So let's say we're washing dishes. While we're washing dishes, instead of focusing on the 50 other chores you need to do after, instead be completely present for washing the dishes. How does the water feel? How are the bubbles? What's the temperature like? So if you can just put 100% awareness into the task you're doing, you're going to be more efficient, you're going to be less likely to make mistakes, and you're probably going to enjoy it a whole lot more. So that's another thing that you can do. So as we go through this meditation tonight, maybe some other ideas will come to you on how you can create that inner and outer balance to create the best life that you could possibly live, where you're not always in work mode and overdoing. So with that being said, enough of the thinking and doing. Sitting up nice and tall. You can close your eyes, tuning into the body. We'll begin with some gentle neck rolls, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, bringing chin to chest. And then another deep breath into the back of the shoulders. Exhale, rolling head to the right. Inhaling center. Exhaling to the left. And begin these gentle neck rotations. Noticing if the neck wants to move in a different direction, you can go with that. Doesn't have to be mechanical. Just simply moving into a gentle flow. When the neck feels complete, you can roll the shoulders, head in line with the spine. Maybe opposite direction. You can lift the hands off the legs and be going into some bigger circles between the elbows. Moving deeper into the shoulders. Interlacing the fingers, stretching the arms out in front of you, pressing the spine back, opening up between the shoulder blades. Inhale, bring the hands overhead. Deep breath in, press the palms up. Exhale, slowly bending the body to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lowering the hands down. Relaxing the hands on the thighs. Deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And now we'll take the left hand, place it on the right knee, and turning the body towards the right with a spinal twist. Again, bring your eyes to look behind you, stretching those eye muscles. We spend so much time looking forward, just spending a moment here, using those peripheral eye muscles. Inhale, bring head back to center, releasing the hand, other side. Right hand to left knee, you can bring that left arm behind you. Sitting up nice and tall, pressing into the sit bones. Turning your head to the left, bringing your eye gaze to the left. See if you can see something back there. Inhale, rotating the head back to center, releasing the hands. We'll move into some wrist rotations. Opposite direction. Opening and closing the fists. And then just shaking the hands out. And now we'll inhale, extend the arms straight out in front of you. Exhale, bring the right arm underneath the left, and we're just going to cross at the elbows. You can bend the elbows, maybe bring the palms together into eagle pose if that's available for you. If the shoulders are tight tonight, you can try to grab the fingers. If that's not happening, you can reach for the shoulders. And just letting go of any need for it to be perfect. Maybe the elbows can press downward, open the shoulders even more. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling with a sigh. We'll do one more of those. Deep breath. Exhaling into the shoulders and back. Just feeling the softening. And now inhale and you'll release the arms. Bring the arms straight overhead. As you exhale, this time we'll bring the left arm underneath the right, crossing at the elbows. You can bend the elbows, maybe bring palms together to touch. or clasping fingers. Reach for the shoulders, finding your alignment for this evening. Feeling that compression in the shoulders, elbows, wrists. You can close your eyes, bringing your attention within. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling with a sigh. Stress unwinding. Deep breath in. Exhaling, letting go. Just pausing in stillness. Nowhere to be but here now. Inhale, releasing the arms overhead. Reach up to the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, jazz hands all the way down. We're going to have fun, it's yoga. Nice. And just closing the eyes, taking a moment to simply feel. And gently opening the eyes. So if your legs are crossed, you can extend the legs out in front of you now. And resting hands on the thighs. You can bring the legs maybe a little bit closer together, hip width, possibly if that feels right. And rock the hips from one side to the other. Inhale, extending arms out in front of you. Exhale, extend the arms straight overhead. Deep breath in, stretch up through the fingertips. Exhale, hinge forward with the hips. Extending torso forward and down until you reach your first edge. And you can allow the hands to float down, clasping the shins, ankles, or feet. So letting go of the need for you to have to touch your toes here, just allowing this to be a nice stretch without any struggle, without any strain. Maybe the head can gently come forward if that feels good, or you can keep the chin lifted. Breathing into the back side of the legs. So if you sit at a desk like me all day, this is an excellent stretch to do once you stopped working, so that you can elongate those hamstring muscles. It will help alleviate pressure and pain from the low back. Stretching out those hamstrings. Deep breath in. Exhaling with a sigh. Just feeling the softening on that exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, bring your arms alongside the ears. Exhale, rise up, arms straight overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, releasing the arms down, relaxing the hands on the legs, closing the eyes. Simply feeling what's happening on the inside. Gently opening the eyes, so we'll prepare for our final Shavasana now. So coming into a comfortable position, lying down. If you can lie on the back, that will create the optimal movement of energy through the spine. If lying on the back is too painful, you can always roll onto the side. So just knowing you can always move when needed. If you're lying on your back and you're having too much pressure in the low back, you can place a bolster or pillow underneath the knees. Maybe arms alongside the body. You don't have to keep the palms turned up if that's too much pressure in the shoulders. You can just keep the arms at a comfortable distance with the palms down. Having a blanket handy as your body temperature may drop during the Yoga Nidra. Getting supremely comfortable. If you're not already there, begin to close the eyes and quiet your mind. Be still. Let go of all thoughts, worry, intention. And give yourself fully to a higher power. Relax, trust, and let go. And breathe in fully. And exhale with a deep sigh. And again, breathe in fully. And exhale with a deep sigh. And letting go even more. Feel a deep sense of contentment and peace in your heart. To receive the following intention as I repeat it. Let your whole body listen to what I say. I am liberated from all becoming and live in the power of the being that I am. Bring your attention to the face. With your next exhalation, allow all expression to fade from the face. Releasing the tiny muscles around the eyes. Allowing the eyeballs to rest back in their sockets. Releasing the tiny muscles around the mouth. Tongue resting in the mouth. Lower jaw gently opening, softening. Allowing the cheeks to soften towards the floor. Scalp resting on the skull. Neck softening, easing. Simply be available to the entire range of sensations in the face and head. Now drop into a sense of your whole bodily presence. Embrace this present moment's experience, undistorted by what you like or don't like. Let go of what is going. Let come that which is coming. This becomes your connection to Source. struggle to make anything happen. Feel a deep sense of stillness expanding everywhere. Allow the commentary of the mind to dissolve into sensation. As we enter this next phase of Yoga Nidra, remain as motionless as possible. If you need to move or make an adjustment, do so mindfully. Return to stillness as soon as you're able. Resolve to remain awake, staying in touch with the sound of my voice. Allow your entire body to respond to my words directly and non-mentally. Allow any disturbances, external or internal, to draw you more deeply within. In Yoga Nidra, you enter the subconscious energy field. Let your mind merge and melt into the energy body. Go beyond the boundaries, body and mind. Now shift from thinking and doing, feeling and being, to absolutely nothing from now on. Simply relax. Drop into the deepest state of tranquility, stillness, and peace in the third eye. Now your consciousness is in direct union with your energy body. Follow my guidance as we begin the mantra breath. Breathing in fully, let the belly rise on the inhalation. As you exhale, let the belly fall as you complete the outgoing breath. Continue with long, slow, steady breaths, emptying the lungs completely. On the next breath in, silently breathe in the word peace to yourself 3 times until the lungs are full. On the next breath out, silently repeat the word peace until the exhalation is complete. Breathe in, peace, peace, peace. Breathe out, peace, peace, peace. Continue until I ask you to stop. deeply engaged and completely absorbed. Feel every cell of your body deeply hearing and receiving this word. And now breathe naturally. Notice how the energy of this word is transmuted into sensations in your body. Let go into it. Let go into the silent stillness expanding everywhere. Into an effortless state of being, and let go even more. Feeling yourself open and alive, steady inside. Rest back empty like a blue sky. Feel the capacity for experience to move through. Every cloud that comes eventually goes. As the sky, you can let it come and let it go. You know this place. It's the part of you that can never be diminished or destroyed. Pure, steady, timeless, like the sky itself. Rest here. And recognize whatever has happened in your life as already gone, already passed. You are here. Just be here in this moment. At this time, allow the wisdom of the body to release what it no longer needs. You don't need to hold it anymore. Give it to the sky to hold for you. knowingness permeate every part of the body, sending an ever-expanding sense of peace throughout. Yourself the permission to enter the deepest level of relaxation right now. Let go. Nothing to do or achieve. Dissolve and disappear into stillness. Open, empty of all doing, all past, all future. Merge into the space and be empty. Sensations, thoughts, images floating by like clouds in a clear blue sky. Let it all gather and dissipate on its own. And be the space in which it is all happening. Your intention and your affirmations are actualized and fulfilled with effortless ease. Allow yourself to receive the following intention as I repeat it. Feel every cell of your body receiving these words. I am liberated from all becoming and live in the power of the being that I am. I am liberated from all becoming and live in the power of being that I am. I am liberated from all becoming and live in the power of being that I am. Allow this intention to go to the deepest levels of recognition with no hesitation. Know that your higher self recognizes, honors, and accepts your intention. There is no need for you to do anything about it. Bring your attention back to the center between your eyebrows. And feel all the energies of your body from all meridians activated, purified, and balanced. All channels are open and the life force is flowing freely, healing the body and calming the mind. Open your heart and feel content. You may sense this as a universal force or energy surrounding you, guiding you. Know that this presence surrounds you always. You can draw on this presence at any time. If there is any guidance to be received at this time, either as a felt sense, words, or images, allow yourself to receive it now. Otherwise, simply rest back in the grace and protection, presence. Now begin to become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Sense the body resting on the floor, the bed. Quality of air as it touches the skin. Gradually, you can begin to move as if you're waking from a restful sleep, maybe wiggling fingers, toes, stretching in any way that feels right. If it's available for you, you can bend your knees and bring them in closer to your chest, maybe a little rocking side to side. And just turning onto your right side and curling into a fetal position. Feel the safety, comfort, and protection in the womb of existence. Bring your intention into awareness again. I am liberated from all becoming and live in the power of being that I am. Change nothing. Every time you find yourself in reaction, you are empowered to replace it with your intention. And now you can gradually move and begin to sit up with your eyes closed, keeping that inner connection as you transition into seated. And regardless of what you consciously recognize that has or has not changed, know that something deep within has shifted to connect you with your intention. Become aware of your body and bring a deep sense of peace and contentment with you as you bring attention back to the body. Notice how relaxed the body is, how soft the breath is, how silent the mind is, and how quiet the heartbeat is. Be still and be grateful. Know that you can easily interfere again and again. In closing, I share with you these words from Guru Dev. He says, effort without presence is struggle. Presence without striving is effortless perfection. Bringing the hands together to meet in prayer position, heart center. Join me in chanting Om to close our time together, taking a deep breath in. Allowing the eyes to gently fold in Bhavaani. Thank you for joining us this evening, and good job creating balance in your life. I hope you continue on with this pattern this week, and it was so lovely to have you here.